Hello dear viewers, thank you for joining us today for yet another inspiring video. So today is day number 3 of our Bible experience. Yesterday we had a message that was saying when hope stands apart, when hope stands apart. And today's message is entitled the Christian mindset. The Christian mindset. So what is a mindset? Okay, so in my own understanding, I define a mindset as the state of our minds that we choose to possess. The state of our minds that we choose to possess. So we see that by having a certain mindset, this gets to have an impact on how we see the world at large and the decisions we get to make on a daily to day basis. So throughout this message, we shall discuss factors that really affect the mind, factors that comprise of the mind. So let me take you in the book of Philippians 4 verse 8. Philippians 4 verse 8. We shall appreciate that indeed even the Bible really talks about the aspect of meditating, or rather thinking about certain thoughts through and through. Philippians 4 verse 8, and I quote from the NIV Bible. It reads, "Finally, brothers and sisters, whatever is true, whatever is noble, whatever is right, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is admirable, if anything is excellent or praiseworthy, think about such things. If anything is excellent or praiseworthy, think about such things." Okay, so I want to give you this background of the book of Philippians. So the book of Philippians was written by the Apostle Paul, and it's at a time when he was imprisoned in Rome. So we see that as he was in prison, gifts were sent to him from the people of the Philippians. So the people of the Philippians were sending him gifts, and as he was in prison, he also took this opportunity of also sending them letters, encouraging them to hold their hope strong and just really to be content with what they had by then. We see that the Apostle Paul, he had to keep a certain mindset for him to be in prison and come out and say whatever thing is right, whatever thing is noble, whatever is lovely, whatever is admirable, think about such things. It embraces the aspect that though he was physically imprisoned, his mindset was not imprisoned, but it was open to the positive aspect of life. So the mind is comprised mainly of the conscious mind, the subconscious mind, and the unconscious mind. And my main interest in this video is to talk about the conscious mind and the subconscious mind. Okay, so we see that the brain is really just the physical aspect of the human body, but the conscious mind, or rather just the mind, it is a less tangible part of the human being. It's the conscious part of the human being. We realize that it's through the conscious that we get to make our day-to-day choices. We get to be aware of things around us. We get to use it even to make judgments based on things that really affect us today. So our minds really receive anything that we feed them and respond to what we feed our minds with. And it's the conscious really that is affected so much because it's the part of the brain that is responsible for making of decisions, responsible for making judgments, and really things that are aware of us. Now there comes the unconscious mind. The unconscious mind. So it's really the mind that we are not aware of, the conscious that we are not aware of. Let me take you, or rather give you an example. When we are asleep and then we fall into a dream, okay, at that moment we are not aware or conscious of what we are doing, We don't choose when to start dreaming, but it comes unknowingly and unaware. That is why it is called the unconscious mind. And it's through this unconscious mind that the data we get to receive on a daily basis gets to be processed. So, what mindset should Christians get to have? So, Christians are expected to have the believer's mindset, in a sense that our belief in God gets to have an impact on our daily to day lives and on how we perceive the world at large. So, what minds and what thoughts do we harbor today in our minds? Are they thoughts really that build our identity, or thoughts that destroy our identity by the end of the day? I think that's a personal question you ought to answer as an individual. But one thing is for sure, as a Christian, you and me are expected to have thoughts really that will make us unique from other people who don't know about our beliefs so much. It is through this mindset that people will be able to differentiate us from a certain group of individuals to another group of individuals. And it's one aspect that can really define our identity even today. So let me take you through another amazing scripture taken from the book of Proverbs 4, verse 23. And I quote, "Above all else, guard your heart, for everything you do flows from it." For everything you do flows from it. So one thing I realize is that in the psychological aspect, the heart can be matched to the mind. Okay, the heart that is mentioned in the Bible can be matched to the mind. Oftentimes, when the Bible mentions about the heart, it embraces or brings about the aspect of perception, making decisions and choices. So, psychologically, this can be matched to the mind. Okay, I would love to conclude with another amazing scripture in the book of Proverbs 24. The verse is 12. Proverbs 24, the verse is 12. And I read, "If you say, 'But we knew nothing about this,' does not he who weighs the heart perceive it? Does not he who guards your life know it? Will he not repay everyone according to what they have done?" So I'm mostly interested in the part that is saying, "Does not he who weighs the heart perceive it?" So there's an aspect of perceiving. Okay, so even as I mentioned earlier on, the heart in this context is being matched to the mind. The aspect of making choices, the aspect of making judgments over things that really affect us on a day-to-day basis. The Christian mindset was our message today. I hope throughout this message you have learned that as Christians we ought to have the believer's mindset, as this is one thing that gets to affect how we view the world, even how people view us at large. Let us choose to have a positive mindset, a believer's mindset, and indeed we shall have an impact in our own lives and the lives of other people at large. Thank you so much, and God bless you.